What's going on YouTube? My name is Jake. Today I want to talk about Roku. Is Roku stock a buy? Is it going to hold up? Is Roku going to go back up? What is the intrinsic value of Roku or the fair value? What is Roku worth? Is it worth $100? Was $4.90 like way too high and overvalued? Is it worth $200 or like $20? Who knows? Let's find out. And why did it dip? Please like and subscribe because I just started this YouTube channel and it takes a lot of time and effort for me to create these videos. Look what happened to Roku in the last month. So Roku was trading around 150 to 160 and randomly it just tanked. So an analyst named Mahaney said, this stock is back to where it was pre-COVID. The issue has completely done a round trip, but the revenue base is bigger. So on a price to sales basis, the stock is actually cheaper. So what they're saying is that pre-COVID, around what, freaking February 2020, yeah, so 2019 it was trading about $130 to, like, it hit a peak of around $170 pre-COVID, okay? And now Roku is down to $113. So now you know that they're getting to about a base level. However, they have higher revenue right now. So they grew a lot, but it's back down to the price that it was before COVID started. It was doing good. And I think that this is the perfect buying opportunity. So is Roku stock a buy? I'm not a financial advisor and I can't tell you if it's a buy, but I'm thinking about buying it because this is like an insanely good price target right now. Is it gonna keep dipping lower? I mean, it's definitely dipping, but it just had its earnings. So is Roku still doing good as a company? Like, why is it tanking? If you invest in this company, you're investing in the company, not the ticker symbol price. I think that this is a good baseline. It's pre-COVID levels. So they tanked because they pretty much, they missed the projection on a quarter, and they have to beat the projections or else the stock's gonna tank, even though they're still doing good. Well, what it's saying is Friday, after the streaming video platform missed Wall Street's sales target for the fourth quarter and guided lower for the current quarter and a year ahead. It blamed hardware shortages for the miss and cautious outlook. Roku stock plummeted more than 20% on the news. So, you miss a quarter by like $10 million, even though it's like $890 million instead of $900 million. So, I mean, to me, it's not really that big of a deal. So Roku is actually profitable. They made $23 million in the fourth quarter of 2021, and then in the third they made $68 million. In June they made $73 million. In March Q1 they made $76 million. They had $574 million revenue, $45 million revenue, $679 million revenue, $865 million revenue. So their revenue went way up, on Q4, but their income went down. So that's not good. They have a positive EPS, at least. So their PE ratio is about 55. I mean, that's a little high, but I think that it's not as bad as Tesla, which has a 300 PE ratio. Even a 30 PE ratio is high by historical stock market standards. The PE ratio it measures how expensive a stock is by comparing its stock price to its earnings per share. It is calculated by dividing the market value price per share by the company's earnings per share. I just took the lazy approach and I'm going to just Google the fair value of Roku. This is very important to know before you're buying a company's share or stock in a company. So their high price target, according to analyst estimates and ratings, their high is $375, their median is $200, their low is $94. So their average is also $200. So some more price predictions is on Investor Place. So Bank of America maintains a buy rating on Roku stock and a 290 price target, which would be 160% higher than yesterday's closing price. Needham also has a buy rating on shares of Roku and a price target of 205 a share, which implies 84% upside. Wedbush too maintains a buy rating on Roku stock and offers a $150 price target, which would be 34% higher. However, among the 25 professional analysts who cover Roku, the median price target on the stock is currently $282, which would be 160% higher than current levels. However, many of those price targets came before the company's Q4 earnings were released. Some revisions might be forthcoming. Now, that's definitely on the bullish side, and the bearish side is about $94 a share. And the median, so I guess, a little bullish, is $200 a share. Now, right now, the price of Roku is back to its pre-pandemic levels. So I feel like it could hit $94. And I think that would be a very good buy-in point, because all they did was miss on their earnings a little bit. And next quarter, they could freaking beat their earnings, and then the price will just shoot up. I think that it's a really good investment right now. Personally, I don't recommend anybody buy stocks. I don't recommend anything. I just believe that index funds are the way to go if you want to build wealth in the long run and if you want to retire with money. But if you like to enjoy buying stocks, do whatever you want to do. So they're saying it suffered supply chain disruptions. Also, another article I read, it said that everybody's sold out because the Omicron. However, I don't understand that logic because, it thrives during the Alpha and Delta. So I don't think that's the case. I think that it's more likely the supply chain disruptions, or they just didn't do that as good, Like sometimes you just don't do as good as the last quarter, Sometimes you just don't beat the predictions. I mean, they predicted it would be that this price and they didn't beat it. So this is why companies are so greedy, is because they don't want to pay their workers a bunch of money so they can beat their quarters and maximize profits and stuff. So, I just think that these quarterly things that you have to beat could be bad and stress on the company. Let's just calm it down a little bit. Okay, you missed your revenue by a tiny bit or whatever. You don't need to freaking make the stock tank. I think people sell because they know other people are going to sell, and that's just how it works. So it seems that Roku has a lot of cash on hand. They have $2 billion on hand. So I think that means that they're able to spend $2 billion if they need to, So they got a lot of extra money sitting around that they can spend. So that is very good for the company. So I don't think it's a big deal that their stock tanks because they missed a projection. I think it's a really good company. And you know what? If you watch the trend in the stock market, if you just invest into a company that you believe in, because if you don't believe in this company, then you're probably going to be worried the whole time, or you're going to be stressed. You're going to be looking at the company every day, worrying about if it's going to go up or down, up and down, up and down. Okay? But if you invest in a company that you believe in, you are not going to stress every day. You're going to be like, hey, I know this company is a really good company, and I know that it's going to succeed. They're normally beating their earnings. Hey, if they miss their earnings, that's just a good buy-in point, So, I don't get it. Don't sell all your stocks if the market tanks, because the people that become wealthy are the people that buy in a bear market, Most wealth comes from the bear market, because if you just hold, like Warren Buffett just held, the whole freaking time, and now he's a billionaire. So just hold through the crashes, through the bulls, through the crashes, through the bulls, through the crashes, until you're ready to take your profits. You know, it could be 5 years from now. Just think, 5 years from now, where's Roku going to be at? It's probably going to be up a lot because they're making TVs now. They're doing all sorts of things. Like, they got like this whole like Netflix industry under their palm. The Fire Stick, nobody gives a shit about the Fire Stick. Everybody uses Roku, right? I mean, I got a Roku TV in my living room and I like it. I think it's a really good TV. We got 3 Rokus in the house. You know, I mean, everybody's buying Roku, and I think it's just BS that, you know, stock tanks over that. But hey, I think it's the best time to buy in if the stock tanks after earnings. I'm not saying that you buy in. I'm just saying I might get a couple shares of this company. Someone actually in my comment section talked about it, so I figured I would look into it, and I'm like, wow, this is a really good deal right now. I mean, it could drop even more. It could go down to $90, which I think would be like the perfect buy-in point, personally. But, I mean, or you can just buy VT and own the entire world market. Or you can get VTI, the whole U.S. stock market, and then grow with the stock market. Which normally it grows, not every year, but hey. Honestly, I would just hold through the bear market, hold through the good market until you're ready to take your profits, alright? Damn. Like, that's it. That's all you got to do. That's what I'm learning, okay? And I also learned not to buy unprofitable garbage companies that you don't believe in, because if you don't believe in the company, then you're going to stress about it, and you're like, wow, I'm probably going to lose all my money because this company is garbage or it was a meme stock. Avoid all that, and then you can make a bunch of money as well. I mean, this stock went up to $500. If it ever went back up to that height, it might be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. But, I mean, it has that potential. I know maybe you want to put your money into something that's going to grow a little faster, but hey, diversify, you know, make it 5-6% of your small portfolio, and then invest in other good companies like Microsoft, Apple. Facebook's down, you know. Hey, it's an idea, you know. I used to invest in crappy stocks, but now I'm investing in good stocks. I also believe in Snapchat. I like Snapchat, I like Roku, Facebook. I feel like Facebook is just like an evil platform, and everybody hates it. So, and it might go down the way they're running this with all their censorship. Ever since they started censoring people, it brought out competition, you know. There was not much competition to Facebook until they brought in censorship, and now everybody's running away from Facebook so they can go, like, be able to express their ideas and opinions, because people like to voice their opinions and not get censored for it. It sounds like authoritarian or communism to censor people and censor their First Amendment. You know, it's messed up. But y'all have a good night. Enjoy your day. Is it a buy? I think it might be. I think it might be a buy. I'm not gonna lie. Why did it tank? Because they missed the earnings, and then the Roku value probably 150, 200, or on the low side 95. Hey, if you're bearish, I wouldn't even get in the stock if you're bearish. I mean, if you're bearish, maybe it'll just keep going down over the years. But hey, I mean, I'm bullish on it. So like, subscribe, have a good night. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You guys are awesome. Please and thank you for watching my videos, and please keep coming back. Jake, out.